Alright, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to another Warframe Showcase video. Today we're going to be talking about Atlas, but before we get into it, I do just want to go over some disclaimers real quick. Number one, when we get to the build portion of the video, understand that these are just throwaway builds. One is just to scale the power of the ability so I can show how it looks like when you have a decent mod setup, and to help guide new players understand how to mod Warframes. And secondly, the late game builds are my personal builds. It what works for me. It helps me grind through whatever content I need to grind to. And what else? And it's not meta. It's not level cap stuff. I don't care too much about that. If you're looking for those kinds of builds, that's not it. Obviously, my builds, my personal builds, they're not as strong as they should be due to the fact that I take off like the Archon shards that are on the Warframes. So just keep that in mind. The more like to guide you, and I do highly encourage players to experiment um, and try a variety of different mod setups. You never know, you could discover like the next mod and the next meta. I mean, and with that being said, let's get over to Atlas. So, who is Atlas? What does he do? How does he compare to the other Warframes? And to kind of just start it, Atlas is essentially a tank. He's good at diverting aggro from teammates onto himself. He has a lot of self-sustainability if you know how to use his 3. He is really good with he's really good with just throwing pans. His whole kit is just basically not his kit, his theme. Essentially, he's a boxer, as you can see right here, with his add animations with like rock abilities, ground abilities, I guess if you want to call that. He does have a what is it, one punch man thing themed around his first. But his whole kit is really fun, really good. He's really like an up in your face kind of person. And usually how I like to run Atlas, since I'm gonna be like up in their face, I'll run a shotgun for the really close quarters engagements. I will run a semi-auto pistol for the more distant stuff. And if I need to get close, I'll switch to my melees, which are usually fist weapons. I'm using the Techo Prime because obviously they're Atlas Primes thing. And yeah, going over what's the difference between Atlas Prime and Atlas, because I do have a Prime. I do want to go over the comparison. Let me just look for him real quick. He's down here. I am doing this like a live commentary like last time, but I did shorten it a bit. Um, so Atlas compared to Atlas Prime is a huge buff. He gets a stat increase all around. He moves faster. He has more energy, more armor, more health, and more shield. As he should. He is a tank. So yeah, going on to his passive, as long as he is on the ground, he cannot get knocked down. He is, if Prime Surefooted was a Warframe. He also has another like secondary passive, another thing that is tied to his third. If you see right there on the bottom right, it's called Rubble. Not gonna go into the ability right away, but essentially what happens is if he picks up Rubble and he's low on health, he can heal himself, or he can add armor to. He can give himself armor if he's already full health. So just keep that in mind. I'm not gonna go over the augments because I think I only have one for him. I don't have the others, but I will showcase the one since it's on my main build. But yeah, aside from that, going on to his abilities, we have his first ability, which is called Landslide. Essentially, what he does is he propels himself forward, and he goes forward and hits an enemy, and that punch has like a little bit of an AOE around a small radius. So he's good at dealing with small bunched up enemies, and you can combo it 3 times. So I'm gonna show you the combo the 3 times, but I'm just gonna go over it one at a time. So here's one punch. These are level 30 enemies, by the way. Here is 1, 2. So I'm gonna go 1, 2. You can see it has a little bit of AOE there. Now I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. All right. 1, 2, 3, and there you go. So he does have a little bit of an AOE to him. Keep that in mind. Let me go replenish my energy. And each time you let me kill these guys. Not that. Each time you combo it, it deals increased damage. And a little quick side note for the landslide, it does benefit off some mods off your melee weapons. So be mindful of how you're modding your melee weapons. And it does benefit from steel charged. Okay, on to a second ability. Second ability is called Tectonics. Essentially what he does is he throws up a wall, and that you can pass through it. You can block walls, you can block pathways and stuff, you can protect objectives. If you're like me, when you get hurt, you want to put these things up to protect yourself. So um, definitely worth doing this. There's utility to this. I don't think it's that good. I don't really use it much. um, its health is linked on the bottom, and if you want to fortify it, if you want to make it stronger, make it be able to withstand more stuff, you can petrify it, which I'll do right now. I do just want to show off its secondary use because it does have a secondary use. So let's say you're tired of the bulwark, you're done with it. If you want to um, uh, do something else with it, you can cast your ability again. It'll turn your wall into a boulder and it'll send it hurling towards the enemies. It'll look like this. Oh, that's weird. I've never seen it do that before. Okay. But yeah, you can do that. That's really weird. I think because I casted it this way. Let me try it again. So I'm gonna show you just the base because you can do something else with it that I'll show you in a bit. So cast it. Is blocking. I think the damage radius also will, because it does explode into like a little bit of an AoE. At base is like at 5 meters, I think, and the damage scales depend on how much health is lost on the wall, I think. So let me show you how that looks like. I'm gonna be aiming at the heavy gunner. There you go. See, simple as that. That's pretty much what it does. And it does have. If you really want to fortify it, you really want to make it withstand more damage. What you do, put up a wall, and you hit your third, and you'll make it glow. As you can see, like it's kind of glowing. It'll be able to withstand more damage, and also if you recast your second and turn it into a boulder, it'll go faster and it'll deal more damage. So just keep that in mind. I'm replenishing my energy, going over my third, which is gonna be another ability you're gonna want to use a lot. It's called Petrify. Essentially what you do is you turn enemies to stone. You do this, watch. Turn the stone. Wow, that has a lot of range. They are more susceptible to damage, especially from your first. And what happens if you kill enemies that are like that, as you can see on the bottom right, I picked up rubble. Rubble adds armor, and the little cool thing is that if you pick up the rubble, it gets on you like that, and it slowly decays. So just keep that in mind. It's good for self-sustain. He's able to keep himself up for a while. So that's how you're gonna replenish your health if you're low. If you wanna have more survivability, you can definitely just spam 3 and 1. Your 1 does benefit; it deals more damage to petrified enemies, and petrified enemies overall they take more damage. They receive more damage. So just keep that in mind. What does this do? It's fine. So there's that. Fourth ability, which I think by far is his best ability, and it is fun, especially if you're like a new player. Your fourth ability, what will happen is you will cast 2 rumblers, and it's called rumblers. You will cast 2 rumblers to fight alongside you, and it is hilarious because as you're running around, you're looking at what to do. You can turn around and just see like your enemies being beaten down by 2 rock golems. Really fun. If you cast it within if an enemy is within a certain range from you, when you cast it, it'll instantly petrify them. So that's an added bonus to it. So I'm gonna cast it in the middle of these guys. You're gonna see people get petrified, and you're gonna watch the rumblers in action. All right. So once again, this is no mods. And here you go. See, turning these guys into they petrify them. So there's that. These do scale with they do scale they scale with strength. The more strength you have, the bigger they get. There is a cooldown. There's not a cooldown, a timer on it. And if you want to do something special with it, if you re-hit your 4th, oh, that blows them up. Never mind. Okay, if you want to deactivate it, you hit your 4th. I just learned that. I thought it was like my other one because I used the what's it called? The augment. But okay, so yeah, if you want to deactivate them, you just hit your ability again and these guys Since we're done with this. And yeah, this is really fun ability. It scales with strength and yeah. When you deactivate them, they do drop rubble for you, so just keep that in mind. If you want an easy source of rubble, you're like in a tight spot, you can deactivate them. They do scale with strength and range. Now we're moving into the mod portion of this. Like I said, this is just an example. It's not something to be taken too seriously. And if you're a new or intermediate player, if you don't have a prime mod, you can find the base ones. And if you want to get prime mods, keep an eye out for Barrelketeer when he comes. And yeah, so let's get onto the modding section of this. So as you saw, I had no, aside from my Techo Prime affecting my first, I had no, no mods. Now, how do you want to approach modding Atlas? So Atlas benefits a lot, like I said, from Steel Charged. If you don't have it, it's fine. Just keep your eye out for it on the Nightwave when it drops. And he benefits a lot from strength, range, and a little bit of efficiency if you can spare the capacity, right? So right off the bat, you're gonna want to put. I want you to keep this in mind. This is who's calling me. I'm sorry. No one important. Sorry. You're gonna activate Steel Charge. You know, put it there, and it affects his first a little bit, I guess. I don't know. Um, Once you do that, you're gonna want to hit flow for energy. If you don't have the prime version, you can go regular flow. You're gonna want to get some transient fortitude and some intensify for the strength. And for the D polarity, hey, you can go for any sort of survival. I don't know if that format. I don't have format on that. This is a prime variant, so just keep that in mind. It comes with additional polarities. But should you want to slot something for survivability there, you can go with Prime Vigor. You can go with Vitality, Armored Agility. You can go with something else. I'm going to see what I can find here to help out. Oh, look, this provides armor and a little bit of more strength, so that's pretty good. What else? You don't really need a lot of duration, but if you really want to keep the enemies petrified, you want to keep your rumblers active more, you can throw that on there. Obviously, if you don't have prime continuity, you can get regular continuity. What else? So we have that done. We have a little bit of survivability. We can throw on some range. We can go with stretch if you want to. Stretch adds 45% more ability range, but me personally thinking more of the survivability. I want to look for Augur Reach, which adds a little bit less percentage of range, but as you can see here, 40% of energy spent on abilities is converted to shields, so that'll help with your survivability. If you want to go for a little bit more duration, like I was talking about, huh? Oh, yeah. You can add Augur Message and convert more shields. There's Augur Secrets as well if you want to add more strength, which honestly might not be a bad idea. These mods, you can find them once again in either Cetus. Well, you can find these mods in Cetus, but if you want to find set mods, you want to look at Cetus, Fortuna, and the Cambion Drift. So just keep that in mind. And for the last slot, like once again, this is for beginners. This isn't for beginners and intermediate players. This isn't like meta. I'm just trying to give you an idea of how you want to approach modding him. We can throw in a little bit of more range. Can we spare more range? Do I want to spare more range? That is a question. Let's throw in just vigor for some more survivability. Okay, so that's how I was looking at. Oh, I can spare something else. Forgot about the Exilus slot, to be honest. What else can he benefit from? Nope. Quick side note, he will get knocked down if he's in the air. So if you're constantly running into enemies that knock you down. Just stay on the ground. He is immune to self-stagger as well. So just keep that in mind. There isn't much to do, huh? 10 and below. No. No. I guess we'll go with this. Why not? Drift mods, you can get them after you get a certain point in the game, so just keep that in mind. Spoilers, that's why I'm not saying anything. Now we're gonna show off the abilities at level. We'll go at level 60. Let me just bring this up real quick. Because if I go to level 30, I'm just gonna be one-shotting everything. So enemies at level 60. Let me get energy with the build that I showed you, just to show off like how his abilities scale. This is for intermediate or beginner. If you, like I said, if you have prime mods, keep your alpha barrel, but this is what it is. Here's 1. Here is 2. And then here's 1, 2, 3. There you go. Really strong. Really good frame. Really fun. Honestly, when you're out playing it, it's super fun. So just keep that in mind. Let me do this and spawn him in again. Showing off his second ability. We're going to activate it, send it over to these guys. There you go. Doesn't deal much damage when it does that, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm gonna do this. Hopefully I don't petrify enemies. I did petrify everyone. Jesus Christ, the range is crazy. Minus that one guy. It is what it is. There. So that shows off that ability. Let me just get rid of these guys. As you can see, the AoE on it is actually strong. So just keep that in mind. Some enemies did survive, but it is what it is. Alright, nope, not that. Okay, and then showing off the fourth. You're going to see them a lot bigger because it does scale with strength. Here is the fourth. I wonder if the petrify range goes further. Oh my god, I'm making it. So yeah, you want to add a little bit of range. It does help out with petrifying stuff. And these guys aren't doing a lot of damage, but I mean, it's cool. They're meant for diverting attention or just grabbing aggro, helping you out. And just because I need to show off petrify, even though y'all saw it, can you reinforce their health with them? Let me check something. Yeah, if you petrify them, I think you can reinforce their health. But yeah, let me show you the ability from here. Petrifies everyone. And it's a lot easier to take down. Now we're gonna show off the. Is he dead? Yeah, he's dead. We're gonna show off my build, which is the late game build. If you want something more end game-ish. Once again, this is without archons. This is just how the abilities look when you have kind of an end game. What the hell is this? Oh yeah. So this is what I'm running. Not that different from the other one. Less strength though, but more survivability. Oop. And the general gameplay loop is going to be exactly how I showed you right now. If you have a group of people you're going to want to petrify them, then hit them with your first. The wall is, just like I said, utility. And the rumblers are going to be up, helping you out. It's all about getting attention, so just keep that in mind, alright? So, here's the first. Here's 1. Here's 1, 2. Here's 1, 2, 3. That's his first ability. You can chain it. As the more you keep chaining it, the more damage it'll do. I think it'll only go up 3 times. You can't chain it like infinitely, so just keep that in mind. Okay. Second is this. Not gonna petrify because I don't want to show off that ability yet, but this is what it looks like when you send it towards enemies. And then Petrify, starting from this angle, and see how far we can get people from the stone. We got almost everybody except this last guy. It is on a small cooldown on how long they pet. Wow, I killed everyone. Minus that guy. So just keep that in mind. Then showing off the fourth ability. These are level 60 enemies, just letting you all know. The fourth ability is like this. Casting it in front of everyone. Petrifies everyone and these guys. That is the one, that is the army, by the way, when you turn in one Rumbler instead of two. It'll deal more damage. And in this one, if you hit your ability again, you can sort of force knockdown like that. And then if you want to deactivate, you just press and hold it. He's not deactivating. Oh, I guess he can't be deactivated. Actually, you see the deactivate. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much what that does. Really good at getting aggro, really good at keeping stuff to himself. He's good at diverting attention, so he's a lot of fun. There's someone over here. Oh, really fun. With that being said, I hope this was able to demonstrate Atlas's abilities to you. Thank you for clicking on the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I did just want to add one more thing. We did hit 50 subscribers today, and I am super excited, super happy. Thank you. And we are going to go for 100. So I'm going to be uploading, like I said, 3 times a week. The next video is going to be a Warframe video. Saturday's video is probably going to be either a First Descendant video or something else. We'll have to wait and see, because Saturdays are usually up and down. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. Definitely this video is a lot better compared to my first one with Ash, so I hope y'all enjoy it. And I hope this was helpful. Like, this whole point of the guide is to help showcase the Warframe and their abilities, explain the cycle, and give you different ways on looking on how to mod a frame. Like with Atlas, you can mod around this first if you only want to use this first. You can mod for range if you want to focus on petrifying people and survivability. And yeah, Atlas is a really fun frame to use, especially like if you're like going to the start chart. Really fun to use. So definitely pick them up if you don't know how to pick them up. I think you have to farm the Jordas Precepts Assassinate battle, so you have to get that far in the game. And yeah, I've dragged this on too long. Like I said, I hope you all enjoy the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I will catch you on next time. Peace.